that they like what I do, love what I do, but just hate the nigga that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that.
Why do they keep trying to make it a rap beef between you and Gotti, though?
If it's something about you I just don't respect, bro, I can't sit and fake and act like it's all good.
That's understandable.
Know what I'm saying? Right. Like, the first time I even met Lil Dude, go in the studio. First time. He sent everybody out the studio. Like, let me holler at Dolph. Like, man, you got your own everything, bro. You popping. You like, bro, you got the money, you got your team, you got this, you got that. You like, bro, I'm telling you, we can do this, we can do that. You ain't like Zilla. I ain't gotta hold your hand like Zilla. You ain't like Starlito. I ain't gotta hold your hand like Starlito. I ain't gotta babysit you like them. It's my first time meeting you. You gonna really sit and downplay your artist and throw your artist up on the bus to try to persuade me in to come over there? So it's like a red alert the first time I met him.
You feel like
I can't
what are you gonna say
respect that.
about me?
No, it's just, I can't respect that.
Mm-hmm.
A pre-affiliate named Castalia Sammy found out that Hernandez Goven was on Instagram Live, tracked down his location, and physically showed up to confront him on site. No warning, no debate, just pulled up. The video went viral immediately. And if you don't know the full story of who Hernandez Goven is, what law enforcement alleged he did, how he beat the case, and how he's been moving since, you're not going to understand why nobody in Dolph's circle is losing sleep over what just happened. Let's go from the beginning. November 17th, 2021, young Dolph, Adolph Thornton Jr., was shot and killed inside Makeda's homemade butter cookies in Memphis, Tennessee, a spot he went to regularly, a community business he supported. Dolph wasn't just a rapper. He was a whole philosophy, paper route empire, independent, owned his masters, turned down major label deals, and proved that you could build something real on your own terms in an era when everyone said you had to sign to make it. When he was killed, Memphis felt it, the culture felt it, and the people closest to him have been carrying that grief ever since. Law enforcement moved quickly on the case. Two men, Justin Johnson, known as Straight Drop, and Cornelius Smith, were charged as the shooters. Those cases have been well documented, but a third name came up. A name that didn't get as much mainstream attention, but people in Memphis and in Piri circles knew exactly who it was: Hernandez Goven. He wasn't charged as a shooter. What prosecutors alleged was that he played a specific role in the conspiracy, that he was involved in the coordination that led to Dolph's death, and specifically that he helped facilitate the procurement of the white Mercedes that was used in the murder. Under conspiracy law, that matters. You don't have to pull the trigger to be held responsible. If you're part of the plan, if you helped provide the tools or the logistics, prosecutors can come at you just as hard as they come at the person who carried it out. And that's exactly what they tried to do. Goven was arrested. He caught charges. The community was watching because this was Dolph. People wanted everyone involved held accountable. But he beat the case. The prosecution's case against him was built primarily on the conspiracy angle, that he was a knowing, willing participant in the plot. But the evidence tying him specifically to that conspiracy, not the broader case, not the other defendants, but the evidence against him directly, apparently didn't hold up to the standard required for conviction. The jury came back and Hernandez Goven walked free. That landing was rough for everyone who loved Dolph. You can't fully describe what it felt like in Memphis and in Piri circles to watch that happen. The court said one thing: the streets had already decided something else. And that gap between those two verdicts is where everything that followed was born. Here's what made the situation so much worse. A lot of people, when they survive something that serious, when they beat a charge that could have taken the rest of their life, they go quiet. They lay low. They understand that they just came through something major, and they move like it. They go live their life somewhere out of the spotlight and let time do its work. Hernandez Goven went the other direction. After beating the case and coming home, he started doing interviews, podcasts, sit-down conversations, Instagram Lives. And the energy he was bringing to those appearances was not the energy of someone humbled by a close call. It was not the energy of a man trying to clear his name and move forward quietly. The way he was conducting himself in these appearances, the things he said, The way he carried the situation read to a lot of people like someone who was leaning into the notoriety, like someone using the tragedy of young Dolph's death as a form of clout, as street credibility. His supporters would say he was simply defending himself publicly, setting the record straight after being falsely accused, and that argument exists. But the way he was moving, the frequency of the appearances, the energy of them, didn't come across as a man trying to put something behind him. It came across as a man trying to build a reputation on the back of something terrible, and in Memphis, in pre-A circles, in the community that knew and loved Dolph, that was seen as a violation of the deepest kind. Dolph had children, he had Key, who loved him. He had Paper Route Empire, artists and people who built their careers with him, who depended on him, who looked up to him. For someone allegedly connected to his death to be out here doing press runs and talking about it like it's a badge of honor, that's a slap to every single one of those people. And the streets, don't forget. There's an important distinction that needs to be made here because it's going to come up in the comments. Some people are going to say he beat the case, so legally he's innocent. And that's technically correct. Our legal system runs on innocent until proven guilty, and by that standard, he was not convicted. That's a fact. But not being convicted is not the same as being innocent in the eyes of the people who loved Dolph. The court system has real limitations. Evidence gets suppressed. Witnesses don't cooperate. Cases fall apart for procedural reasons that have nothing to do with actual guilt or innocence. People who live in these communities have seen that play out over and over. So when someone beats a case like this, the people closest to the situation don't automatically update their understanding of what happened, especially when that person turns around and starts moving the way Goven was moving. His behavior since beating the case essentially spoke for itself to the people who were watching, which brings us to the Instagram Live. Why Hernandez Goven is on Instagram Live at this point in his life. With everything attached to his name, in a city with long memories and deep loyalties, is genuinely hard to understand. Going live means being visible. It means being accessible. It means broadcasting your location and your energy to anyone who wants to find you. In street culture, that's what they call lacking. Getting caught lacking. You cannot be that open, that relaxed, that easy to locate when you've got the kind of history following you around that Goven has. Castalia Sammy saw the live. He's a pre-affiliate, someone who actually moves in Dolph circles, someone who has had real feelings about this situation for a long time. This wasn't someone who jumped on the moment for clout or for views. This was someone who has been carrying genuine loyalty to Dolph's name and genuine anger about what he believed happened. When he saw Goven on live, he didn't post about it. He didn't start an argument in the comments. He found out where Goven was and showed up in person. The confrontation went physical. The footage got out, and it spread fast across every platform. The reaction in certain circles has been what you'd expect. Sammy is being treated like someone who did what needed to be done. Someone who stood on business for Dolph's name, for for Memphis, for everyone who felt like the court system didn't deliver what they were owed. Whether you agree with the move or not, that reaction is a direct reflection of how people feel about Hernandez Goven and how he's been carrying himself since he got out. The thing that's going to sting most for Goven is that he handed someone the roadmap to where he was. Nobody forced him to go live. Nobody forced him to be visible and accessible in a city where his name carries the weight it carries. That was a choice, and choices have consequences. Young Dolph built something that outlived him. The music is still running. Is still moving. He and the family handled the aftermath with dignity and purpose. His legacy is not diminishing. And the loyalty he earned from the people around him, the kind that makes someone track down a live stream and physically show up, that's a testament to who he actually was and what he actually meant to the people closest to him. You don't pull up for someone who didn't matter. You don't carry that kind of grief for someone who didn't leave something real behind. Goven went live acting like everything was sweet. Everything was not sweet, and now the whole internet knows it. Drop a comment. What do you think about how Castalia Sammy handled this? And do you think Hernandez Goven brought this on himself with how he's been moving since beating the case? Long live young Dolph. free forever.